This is Father Rowdy, Jack Diaz. Let me share to you the synopsis of my There was a time in my life when even owning a decent pair of shoes felt like a luxury far beyond my reach. I would walk long distances just to get to school. My feet blistered, my heart tired, but my dreams burning fiercely within me. I remember passing by classmates with polished shoes and lunch money, while I quietly endured the weight of poverty that clung to me like a second skin. My family had little to offer except their prayers and hope, and I carried both with me every step I took toward the classroom. On weekends, while many of my classmates enjoyed time with their families or played outside, I was out in the streets, selling whatever I could, food, snacks, small goods just to earn enough for my school needs. I became a vendor selling ice candy by day and balut by night just to have enough for school supplies or a small meal. I juggled schoolwork with the hustle of survival, often studying by candlelight. Worked as a convent boy, tired but determined. I studied with secondhand books, recycled notebooks, and borrowed pens. I saw my classmates go home to comfort, while I went home to empty pots and dreams too heavy for a child to carry. But I kept going. Every sale, every sacrifice, every tear held meaning. When graduation came, I finished school with flying colors, but even then, I couldn't afford to join the celebration with my friends. No party, no new clothes, no cake, just quiet tears of joy and a heart full of gratitude that I'd made it through. I told myself that poverty would not have the final word in my story. Now that I stand on a pedestal of success, I do not forget the boy who walked barefoot with books in his arms and fire in his soul. I do not forget the hunger, the shame, the silence of being poor, but I also remember the strength it gave me. Poverty was a dragon. Yes, but it did not defeat me. It taught me how to fight, how to believe, and how to rise. This victory isn't just mine. It belongs to every child walking a hard road with nothing but hope in their hands. I carry with me a deep and unwavering belief. Blessings may be delayed, but they are never denied. Life has taught me that waiting is not a punishment, but a preparation. There were many moments when I thought my prayers were unheard when doors remained closed despite all my efforts. But in time, I realized that God was not saying no. He was simply saying, not yet. He was shaping my heart, building my strength, and preparing a greater blessing than I could ever imagine. This belief sustained me through years of struggle, poverty, and uncertainty. It reminded me that faith is not proven in moments of abundance, but in seasons of silence and delay. And now, looking back, I see the perfect timing of every answered prayer. What once felt like absence was actually grace at work. So today, I hold on to this truth not just for myself, but for everyone who is still in the waiting. God's promises are sure. The blessing may not come when you expect it, but it will come right on time. At this moment, I stand not as a victim of poverty, but as a witness to grace. I am now a priest, serving with love in the beautiful country of Canada. The road was long, the burden heavy, but my journey is proof that even the smallest light can pierce through the darkest night when guided by faith and perseverance. You know what? When I look at the snow-covered landscapes or hear the quiet stillness of a chapel, I remember the boy who once sold ice candy and balut on the street to pay for his Bayonne and school supplies. I remember how I used to dream while looking at the stars, asking God if there was a place in the world for someone like me. And now, here, I am answering the call, celebrating the Eucharist, and accompanying people in their joys and sorrows. My journey wasn't easy, but it was sacred. And every wound I carry has turned into a wellspring of compassion that I now offer to those I serve. My past did not define my limits. It became the road God used to lead me to my mission. Blessings. Father Jack